Hey guys, Randy from the future here. Chrissy and I shot this video almost 2 months ago at a time late at night when our son had gone to sleep, and it was just sort of a spur of the moment thing. One of our members had asked, hey, we want to know what Chrissy's favorite Straw Hats are, so we shot the video. We ran into a number of technical difficulties, and we never felt like we needed to reshoot it because we felt like we captured, something very interesting. It would be fake if we reshot it. But one of the biggest concerns that I just want to bring your attention to is that somewhere towards the middle of the video, the audio is going to shift. Like right now I'm recording into my microphone, but my camera is also recording sound. Something happened to the microphone audio. So at a certain point, it's going to switch to the camera audio. It's going to sound a little further away, maybe. It's going to sound, there might be a little extra air in the sound. It eventually goes back. But just wanted to let everybody know that ahead of time, so I'm not flooded with comments about that. That's what it is. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Chrissy and I would love to do more couple collabs in the future if timing allows. And appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to give it over to past Randy and past Chrissy. What's up, everybody? We got another couple collab. We got a request in the member area.
Yeah. Oh, can you give me like a heads up, by the way? Because I didn't know we were starting.
Well, we're starting.
Savage.
That's why I looked over and I was like, oh, we're starting?
I couldn't fit a chair here and then still keep the aesthetic, so I'm on a yoga ball right now.
We're gonna try to find a chair though that works. So.
Oh, hey guys, I'm back. We did get that chair.
Because the yoga ball's not. Yeah. Well, for now it works.
So we got a request in the members area.
Yep.
They wanted to know Chrissy's Straw Hat rankings. All right.
Yeah.
And I told Chrissy, I said to her, that the people want to know, right? Mm-hmm. And then Chrissy made a shocking reveal to me that I didn't even know about.
Yes.
Where she told me, if you had asked me who her favorite Straw Hat was, without hesitating, I would have said Chopper. Mm-hmm. But Chrissy told me that Chopper is not her favorite anymore.
It's not.
So I'm gonna assume Chopper's like
shocked too.
I'm gonna assume that Chopper's like second. But I said, she was about to tell me. I was like, no. If you want to record this, then this is my live reaction to who Chrissy's favorite Straw Hat is now.
And the result will be shocking.
Actually, I just thought about it, and I think I know who it's gonna be. I think I know, but we'll go into it. All right.
Okay.
So we've got and while we're here, I'll probably do mine as well. But all right.
Okay. And then also, I want to also point out too that this is my tier list after being caught up with Wano, and I feel like post-time skip and pre-time skip and post-time skip would be different for me as well. Obviously because some Straw Hats join later, or were like Vivi was with the Straw Hats in pre Jinbei's post, but also because I feel like the characters change as well, so that's another thing, little factor. But here we go. So should I start from the top to the bottom, or the bottom to the top?
Bottom to the top.
Okay. So bottom, I would have to put. Oh, this is tough for me. I would have to put Jinbei. Because I just don't really have an emotional attachment to him at all. I'm really sorry. I was happy.
Even after Marineford?
No.
So even after Marineford and everything that he did for Luffy?
No.
No emotional attachment.
Not even like a bit. Is that horrible? I know it's horrible.
Even after Whole Cake and like
no,
him,
I don't care.
You know, his speech to Big Mom about, you know.
Can I tell you why I think Jinbei is my least favorite too? Is I feel like I really have so much respect for Jinbei as like a powerful character. To me, he always kind of seemed. I don't know. It's just like, it's like if Mihawk joined the Straw Hats. It just feels weird. Like, I don't know. Like that's how I feel about Jinbei. It's like, well, you know, I don't know. They're all like. This is great too. Can we use something else? Do we have another source? Womp womp. How long does it take to charge? Like a long time?
Alright, some technical difficulties. Hopefully we're back now.
I think we're good. Okay, we got the light back. Alright, where were we?
So you were just talking about how Jinbei was no different than if Mihawk joined the crew for you.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a bit overpowered for the crew, because I think that what's so great about every single crew member is how we see them grow. As was that a firework? I don't know if that's gonna be fixed. Jesus Christ!
I don't know. The microphone probably didn't even pick that up.
I think what I find great about all the different Straw Hats is that you see them start from kind of like, you know, start from the bottom. Now we're here, you know, and
started from the barrel. Now we here.
and yeah, granted, like then you meet other characters and they've kind of already like leveled up in a way, and then they're Straw Hats, like Robin, right? But I feel like Jinbei is like just so. We meet him and he's so powerful and he's already kind of established. So that's why he's at the bottom for me, honestly. Nothing against Jinbei.
All right. So, but then doesn't it show Luffy's growth by having Jinbei on his crew?
Maybe, but I don't know. I just remember when it happened, I was like kind of off guard, going like, oh, well, okay, because I just feel like, wasn't Jinbei like a captain of his own crew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And that also, like, you know, come on, Jinbei, really? You just abandoned your whole crew? I don't know. Like,
well, Luffy's gonna be the Pirate King, so he's like, hey, well, I'm not gonna be the Pirate King, so I might as well check. All right. So.
Yeah, but that's your Nakama. You're just gonna, you know. I mean, he didn't abandon them. He stayed with them in Whole Cake. It's a whole thing. But, like, you know, I don't know.
Right. All right. So anyway, the Straw Hat that's at the bottom for me is Jinbei.
He's coming at me. He's coming at me, and I'm thinking, oh man, he's gonna make Jinbei like number 4, number 3, you know?
Nah. But the thing is that I love Jinbei, and I love everything that he did in Marineford. He was basically the Zoro of Marineford. Mm-hmm. But I just need to see him interact more with the crew. You know, yes. I mean, we've seen, you know, he hung out with the Whole Cake crew. You know, there was some stuff in Fishman Island, but, you know, I need those crew moments that we just haven't gotten yet. So, all right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Next for you.
Okay. You're not gonna like my answer, man. I'm really sorry, but it's gonna have to be Vivi. I'm sorry. I knew he was gonna be so mad.
I disassociate myself from these people.
He's gonna walk out of the room right now. Okay.
Right. I'm taking applications for a replacement co-host.
I'm sorry. Okay.
This video is not getting published now.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Phoebe's great, and she has cool blue hair, and she's got a great personality. But I don't have an emotional attachment to her. I understand how Randy does, because Randy, you started with Alabasta. You know, like there's some sort of like there's some sort of nostalgia there. There, you know, you connected with the character more. For me, you know, I watched it with you later, so I watched everything pretty much all at once, and I feel, and then I read the manga and everything, so I feel like maybe that's why. I don't really know, but I never really connected to Vivi. Like I don't know. I like Vivi. I think she's cool, but I just don't, not like the other ones. I have more emotional attachment to the rest of them.
I get that. I mean, yeah, for me, Vivi was a member of the crew for a reasonable amount of time. Someone that's binging the series is, you know, it's probably forget that she was even a crew member. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm just saying.
Right. All right. So who would be next for you?
Then it would have to be, God, it's like, I would say Brooke. Just because I love Brooke, he's funny. I loved Brooke in Whole Cake. But other
MVP
than that,
right there.
Yeah. I love, you know, like, can I see your panties? I love that joke. I think it's funny. I think he's cool. I like his power. But, I love his flashback. Oh my god, his flashback is so good. Actually, that's my favorite thing about Brooke is his flashback and his backstory and everything with Laboon. That's all, like, my favorite things with Brooke. Brooke beats Vivi just because of the flashback.
Savage.
I just want to say that.
All right, who's next?
I would say Usopp. And I love Usopp too, so that's hard for me to say. I will say Usopp on the bottom because I think that I really like Usopp post-time skip. I really do.
You like him now more than you did pre-time skip?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I don't know why, but I do. And, you know why? Dressrosa. I loved him in Dressrosa. I loved everything with his observation hockey, his character growth. God Usopp.
God.
I loved all of that. I loved Usopp's journey so far. I loved it. I loved him in Dressrosa. He was like one of my favorite parts of Dressrosa. I still feel like he loses points for me just with his beginning arc, because that was like is the hardest thing to get through. That was the hardest thing for me to get through when I first started watching One Piece with Randy, where like I almost gave up because I just was like, oh my god, this is so boring. And it really is. I'm sorry. It's like so boring. Like Kuro is so boring. What? Yes, Village. And even when I was like I was reading the manga, like Syrup Village like stopped me in my tracks because I was just like, oh my god, when is this little mini arc gonna end, you know? It doesn't have a very good flow. Anyway, and I love that Usopp, his fight with Perona is like one of my favorite things that's ever happened in One Piece, for sure. Like it's just, and Usopp's fight with Chopper. I don't know, maybe I might put him higher. I might change my mind on Usopp because then like now I'm thinking about it, like I really do love Usopp and I think he's great. He does lose points with me though about the whole thing with Luffy and the Mary. That's where he loses, because I thought he was kind of being like, you know, I sided with Luffy on that, but you know, as Randy knows, I'm definitely someone that's just like, is this broken? Great, throw it out, you know. Even though Mary, you know, has a personality, but I am that way, right? Like I'll just be like, can we toss this? Great. So I understand where Luffy was coming from.
All right, so Usopp may go higher. Okay, all right, but for the time being, who's next?
I would have to say Nami.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I think I love Nami way more pre-time skip. I will say that too. I love her with everything with Arlong Park.
That is arguably Nami at her best.
Now her powers aren't her best pre-time skip, but she had more to do. She was a bit more sassy. She had more of the navigator role. I feel like post time skip, we don't really like. I don't know. She was a cool powerhouse in Whole Cake Island. Definitely an MVP. I mean, Brooke was the MVP, but she was almost the MVP. But you know, it's like I'm not too impressed with her in Wano, to be honest. I mean, that was cool what she did in the manga recently. Like, she totally redeemed herself there, because
There have been some excellent Nami moments lately.
There have, but I love Nami. I love when she yells at Luffy. That's my favorite. Like when she gets the teeth. I love that Nami. I love like shark teeth Nami more than calm, collected, cutesy Nami. I liked the sassy, like get it done kind of Nami, and I feel like she's changed a little bit. So that's why I feel like if we did a pre-time skip, I think Nami would be way higher on the list. But because we're talking about it as a whole, yeah, she's there.
Okay, so to catch up for Chrissy, she's got Jinbei at the bottom, then Vivi, then Brooke, then Usopp, then Nami. Who's next?
This is really hard. This is hard. I think it's gonna have to be Frankie.
My guy.
I love Frankie. I love him. He's great. I love him in Dressrosa. Again, my favorite arc. And my favorite moments with Frankie are in Dressrosa. I love him in Annie's Lobby and Water 7. I love when he joins the crew and Robin grabs his balls. I mean, like, that's like one of my favorite moments as well in One Piece.
Those floor.
I also love when he tries to get the crew to combine to make the special.
Oh, that's one of the best jokes in the series.
He's just...
And then post time skip, he actually can combine and transform and he has a Megazord now.
Yeah, he's great. He's just funny. Every time he shows up, it's like I get a smile on my face. Like anytime he's in the manga, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I was so excited to see him, you know, when Wano opens up and you just see him, you know, like as a little, you know, as a carpenter, and I don't know, like Frankie is just pure joy. That's he's pure joy as a Straw Hat, I feel.
See, that's the thing with like ranking Straw Hats to begin with, is that it's like none of them are bad.
No.
None of them are bad. So it's like that's, you know, a lot of people have asked me to rank them, and it's so hard to do it because it's like you're forcing me to say that one is better than the other, and I don't know. I mean, you know, I'll do it, but it's that the thing is it's going to constantly change, and characters are going to shift and bump up and all of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, my top 3 are probably not going to change, but yeah. So anyway, who's next?
Okay. This is like when it really gets hard, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We're like,
there's only 5 Straw Hats left that have not been named, excluding Karu, right? Because technically Karu would be, you know, with Vivi, so.
Well, Karu would be at the bottom for me, so let's just make that clear.
All right.
I like Karu, but yeah, he would be at the bottom.
All right, so we get Robin, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Chopper left.
Mm-hmm. I would say Sanji.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nah, I figured that was gonna happen.
You thought that was gonna happen? You know. But I do love Sanji. Yes. I know he's not as high as you would like me to say. It's okay. It's my opinion, I guess, right?
This is your video.
It's our video.
It's our video, but I mean this is mostly about your picks. That's what they wanted to know. I'll do mine at the end, but
he has some of the funniest moments in One Piece for me. I love him in Thriller Bark. I love him. I love his introduction arc. I think it's interesting. I loved him in Whole Cake. He has one of it's hard. I'm getting a little tired. Hold on one second. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I love Sanji because I think the nosebleeds are funny. And I know some people don't think they're funny, but I think they're hysterical. I don't know why. I just they always kill me every time. Just especially when he explained what they were, and then I was like, oh, that's just great. I don't know. I love it. I mean, I think maybe Fishman Island was a little
That was
killed
too
the
much.
joke
It was
too
too
much. But like, you know, just like him and Wano, you know, there was a nosebleed, right? Isn't there always a nosebleed? Like, I don't know. The bathhouse and him like wanting to be invisible. My favorite Sanji though moments are when he is like, you know, secret agent man and behind the scenes guy, Mr. Prince, you know, like I love that stuff. He just like comes in clutch, so that's why Sanji is towards the top.
Next.
Okay, this is hard. This is like really tough. I'm gonna have to go with. Ooh, this is tough. Because it's almost like they're neck and neck in my head. I'm gonna go with Luffy.
Okay.
Luffy, love Luffy. Sometimes I feel like a kindred spirit with Luffy. A lot of things, like I feel like I you know, there's like that. I'm pretty type A, but when I am type B, like my moments, I react a lot like Luffy. I love how much he cares about his crew, and I mean, you know, what can you say about Luffy? I mean, the whole story is about him, and I think he's one of the greatest protagonists in any anime I've ever seen. But I feel like Luffy is just, he's real relaxed, but at the same time he's just so ambitious, and he's just such a great character to follow, and
He's cream of the crop.
Yeah, and there's no other character in the history of writing that is like him. That's what's so wild about Luffy. So, love Luffy. Okay. Robin next.
Yep. This is.
Saw this coming.
Oh, I saw it. At one point, like the light bulb went off. So the top three got Robin.
Top three, yeah. So Robin is in my top three. I love Robin. I want to see more of Robin. And actually, when I first got introduced to Robin, I wasn't crazy about her. But it wasn't until Water 7 that I really, really started loving Robin. And also, I love Robin's powers so much. I think they're like probably, to me, my favorite powers. Well, second favorite powers of the group. They're just so interesting. It's one of the coolest devil fruit.
Oh yeah, it's one of the most inventive in the series as well.
And it's definitely like a game changer, devil fruit. Like, I mean, I remember in Dressrosa when she just kind of like appeared just to give a message. Like, I mean, that was incredible. Like, what a cool power. And I love too Robin's personality. She's just so calm and collected. She's so mature, but she's so loving underneath. And that's what I really love about Robin. She just kind of like keeps it cool, but she has like the biggest heart. She's very forgiving of the whole crew. She's always looking out for everyone. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, and especially with her backstory, you really can see that, like how much it means to her that she like lost all of her family, and they really have become her family. So I really love that.
We're at the last two, but I mean, technically we already spoiled this for everybody because we told everybody that the number one was not Chopper. So that means number two is Chopper. And number 1 is...
Zoro. It's my number 1.
And if I had just stopped to think a little bit about it like I did at the beginning of the video, I would have put 2 and 2 together because of how much you talk about Zoro these days.
I talk about Zoro all the time. I have always been a huge fan of Zoro from the beginning. And especially, I believe, when I first started watching the show, I went, ooh, swords. Because I really have, like, a weird obsession with sword fighting. Like, I love any sort of sword fighting. In any movie, any anime. I'm really into it. So, that's one of the reasons. But let me talk about Chopper first. So it's kind of funny. So Chopper used to be my favorite. He was my first favorite. I love everything about Chopper. I love his backstory. Backstory made me cry the most out of any backstory. So much so that I was doing a rewatch when I was pregnant, and I actually skipped his flashback because I didn't know if I would like emotionally like go into distress for the baby.
Savage.
I was
She was like, I can't handle it. We're not watching this again. I was like, you're gonna do my man hair look that dirty, but I get it.
I couldn't. It hurt. It hurt me. Like I explain this to Randy all the time. Like when I watch things, I'm a very like sensitive, emotional person sometimes, and like when I watch something, I really like take it in, and like, oh man, it's like it gets me like teary-eyed thinking about just the beginning of how it starts with like Chopper getting ostracized for like being half human, and then everything with just everything in that heart. Like it just my heart. Anyway, I love Chopper because I love how loyal he is to his friends. I love that he gets annoyed when someone tries to compliment him, but he secretly likes it. The reason why I like it is because I do a similar thing as well. So that's why I love Chopper. I love his different forms. I like pre-time skip Chopper better than post-time skip Chopper. I feel like Chopper was not used as well as I would have liked in Whole Cake. I think his arcs were better pre-time skip, but I just love Chopper because you know what? He just makes me smile too. He's just great. He's got a great personality, and I don't know. I love like when him and Luffy and Usopp joke around too. Love that.
We haven't seen much of that at all in the post-time skip.
I think that's what bothers me too. Like I just like Chopper always just gets a kick out of everybody, you know, and he really gets a kick out of like Luffy and Usopp being idiots. So that's why I love Chopper. I love that energy.
No.
So. And
then number one.
Numero
uno.
Number 1 is Zoro. Zoro is my favorite Straw Hat. Yep. He's my favorite. I'm a Zoro stan. Which, you know, has...
So I think the question in the comments is going to be, do you want Zoro to kill Kaido?
You know what? I would be cool with it. Wano is kind of like Zoro's arc. A little bit. I mean, it's everyone's arc, you know? It's really, you know...
Well, I mean, I feel like Wano is supposed to be Zoro's arc, but it really hasn't... like...
I feel like he's been pretty showcased.
Sure. And, like, everything with him and Hiyori is awesome, and I love that
stuff.
But I also am, you know, like many of the fans, I want that second Zoro flashback. You know, I don't want his flashback just to be about his best friend falling downstairs. Like there's so much lore that's like tying him to Wano, and we're just not getting that yet. And, you know, that's another reason why I feel like Wano is just going to go on way longer than we think, because we need that.
It's going to happen. I think that we're going to get that second flashback.
So, just to run down my favorites quick.
Well, can I? I'm not done. I'm not done.
Wait,
you know what?
wait.
He's trying to cut me off because he's heartbroken that Zoro's my number one, you know? Because this is like a Sanji fan right here. It's like...
But I'm not a Zoro hater.
He's not a Zoro hater, but, you know, he's like, all right, we don't need to hear about why you think Zoro's so great. Because I would like to say why Zoro's my number one.
By all means.
Okay.
That's what the people are here for.
All right. My favorite Zoro moment is when he stood up for everyone in Thriller Bark. Like, that's like primo Zoro moment. Zoro, I love...
I heard nothing happened.
He's just so cool. He's so cool. He's such a tough guy. He's
I don't
so
know what
strong.
He did. Nothing happened.
He is the backbone of the crew. He's the backbone of the crew. He's the one that told Luffy, like when Luffy and Usopp were having problems in Water 7, he was like Luffy was like, oh man, he's like, no, like, Luffy, come on, you're the captain. Like, he reminds Luffy he's a captain. He is like the
Those are my favorite Zoro moments.
Yeah, he's just like, you know, he's the backbone. He's like the ultimate, like, you know, best friend. Like, he's just there. And he's just there for the crew. But he has like some of the funniest moments too. Just such dry humor and everything. And also, I always say this to Randy. Like, so Randy, you know, like, loves Sanji. But I think that Randy reminds me a lot of Zoro. Like, the personality. No, you know, when I watch the show,
they are both Scorpios.
They are both Scorpios, which is funny because I'm a Pisces, like Sanji and like Frankie. So just saying. But yeah, I love Zoro because he's just so calm, cool, and collected. He thinks before he does something. And I like that about, and I love his fighting style. I just love it. I love all of his fights. Every fight he does is just awesome. And I loved his fight so far in Wano. That really, that's the best fight so far, in my opinion. Hands down, best fight.
So to run down Chrissy's picks here, okay? She had at the bottom, from bottom to top, Jinbei, Vivi, Brooke, Usopp, Nami, Frankie, Sanji, Luffy, Robin, Chopper, Zoro.
I know, what a list, right?
All right, so my list, I have never revealed my full Straw Hat list, and when I say my list, I just want everybody to know that every single Straw Hat is S tier. All right. All right. So at the bottom, Jinbei. I just
we agree on that one.
I just need more from him. Then Brooke. Brooke didn't really like mean anything to me until Whole Cake. You know, that's when everything happened. And then, you know, like, Brooke has the sad fact of joining, and then in the next arc everybody gets split up, and it's just, you know, it's sad because he was already spending, you know, 50 years on a ship by himself, and he finally gets some friends, and then like 2 weeks later they all go away for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and then they reunite, and
then they split up again.
And you know, and he doesn't really do anything until Whole Cake. But what he does in Whole Cake is enough to, you know, put him even higher. But it's like that what he did in Whole Cake is enough for me to say I like Brooke more than, you know, Jinbei, and Jinbei did a whole hell of a lot in Impel Down and Marineford. So, you know, gotta give it to Brooke. Yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho.
Then Chopper. I love Chopper.
Man.
But, you know, it's like, it's the same thing that Chrissy was talking about. Like, post time skip, he really, you know, hasn't been doing. He's doing some stuff now. Mm-hmm. He's doing some stuff now that I'm actually liking a lot. But, you know, one thing that I'm really looking forward to with Chopper is eventually when he finds the sakura trees that Hirolook saw. That's the Chopper moment that I want to see, and, you know, that could potentially propel him. All right. Then the god Usopp. All right.
Oh, we have him at the same.
Yep. So I love Usopp. I love Usopp.
I love Lamp. I love Lamp.
He's great. You know, some people will probably put him at the bottom or something, like, but nah, he's great. Contrary to what Chrissy was saying, like, I actually love Usopp in Water 7 just for the way that it is written and everything like that.
Oh wait, let me be clear though. I love like Sohei King like so much. I love that whole thing. It's more. I just want to like say that just because I just thought of that. But go ahead,
Right.
sorry.
But Sohei King is a different character.
It's true. And I still, again, if anyone could please like say in the comments or anything, just answer this question for me. Because I've been trying to rack my brain. Like, did Luffy and Chopper ever figure out that was Usopp? Has that ever been confirmed? Because
I thought you were gonna say, can anybody in the comments tell me who is Sohei King? Like I need to know. Like, who is Sohei King?
Imagine. Please call this number if you have any information.
Who is this man?
Who is this vigilante? This masked
He is still worth $30 million. He has not been seen in 2 years.
I hope somehow that comes back.
All right. Yeah. So Usopp by himself is, you know, in the place that I have. But Chrissy's kind of spoiling this because I was going to say Sohei King is a separate thing higher.
Sorry.
So Usopp by himself, fine, that's where he is. Okay, next, Luffy. All right. Now, yeah, I've got Luffy pretty low, but I've never been the type of person that like gravitates to the main character. I always like the side characters, I like all that, and I love Luffy. And that's the difference between One Piece and like any other series. Like, I actually do love Luffy, whereas like I watch, you know, of course I grew up with Dragon Ball, but I never liked Goku. So, like I just wanted to see everybody else. Luffy, I actually am like super invested in his story and everything, and you know he's quite possibly the best protagonist in all of media and art, in my opinion. So that's great. Yeah. But I just have an affinity to other characters more. Next, Nami. That's
Oh, we have the same for Nami.
Yep. So that's my girl right there. Probably my favorite flashback. My favorite flashback character is Hirolook, but favorite flashback I think is Nami's. And Arlong Park, like I can't help but be invested because that was the turning point for me as far as like this is something I'm gonna ride out to the end. Was Arlong Park. You know, I watched that and I was like, okay, now I'm in this to the end. But you know, there was a particular arc that eventually like solidified this being the greatest thing ever, and we'll get to that later. All right, so next up, we're in the top 5. All right, my 5th favorite Straw Hat is Zoro. Okay, I love this guy. Nothing happened. The Zoro versus Mr. One fight, him being just like Chrissy said, he's the backbone of the crew. I love when he puts the vice captain hat on and he checks Luffy. That's my favorite thing. The bro moments, and then when he checks Luffy, and I'm that boy is in serious need of some checking right now. So
Yeah.
Then my girl Robin. You know, I love the cerebral characters. I just, you know, this is sometimes I'll flip. You know, I'll like Nami more than I like Robin, but I kind of put Robin at a higher place because I just want more. I want more from her, and I feel like she is severely underutilized, especially in the post-time skip era. So I know that she's going to factor in Endgame, but you know, still there's so much happening until we're at the Endgame. So come on.
Yeah.
Now top 3: Frankie, Sanji, Vivi. Those are my top 3. All right. Frankie at 3rd, Sanji 2nd place, Vivi 1st place. So Frankie, I'm a huge Terminator fan. Frankie is like an avatar for Arnold in the show, so I can't help but not love him. You know, it's the same thing as you know, Kuma. Kuma's also sort of maybe even more so an avatar for Arnold, but
I feel like he's more of a Sylvester Stallone because he's so like, you know, like, because he's so like, you know, like.
I mean,
Adrian. I could see Kuma saying that.
I never thought of Kuma as like Stallone. I always saw him as more, you know, because he's a robot, so he's obviously like an Arnold thing. But
I don't know. I don't know if Oda's a Rocky fan. Who knows? You know.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, I know he's a Terminator fan because he's got a giant, like T-800 full 1-to-1 scale bust in his office.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you mean with like Kuma eventually becoming like a robot.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Frankie, he's a Chad, super cool. Can't not love him. Can't not love him.
So lovable.
His theme, he's got the best theme in the series.
Yes. He does have the best theme. This is such a bop. Da 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 da.
And then Sanji, you know, that was my first favorite Straw Hat for sure. I've always been just fascinated by his fighting style. You know, that was the first thing that gravitated me to him. You know, you watch We Are, and you know, it's like you may not get to that part yet, but you just see this guy doing this, you know, capoeira kick, and it's just like, I want to know who that guy is. You know, that's what got me through a lot of the early stuff just to get to Sanji, and I was not disappointed. You know, I remember the fight with Greene and just loving that fight, and Greene was another one of my early favorite characters. And just the moment where Sanji like spits his cigarette into Gein's face to get the upper hand real quick, I was like, savage.
Gein's gonna become Nakama, right?
Of course. I mean, why? He said he's coming back, so of course he's coming back to join the crew. You know. At the very least, he's got to be Grand Fleet in the final war. Come on.
Gein for Pirate King.
Yeah, I mean, he's up top in front for a reason over there. Yeah. So, but you know, Mr. Prince really solidified like the whole Alabasta arc, like just how clever Oda was by hiding him from Baroque Works so that he could save everybody. He is Mr. Clutch. He is Mr. Alley-oop, he just...
Bro, look, he got the heat on feet, bro.
I mean, Sanji's the guy that, you know, if there's 3 seconds on the clock, like, I'm going to give him the ball, you know? Sure, Zoro may have, you know, put up, you know, 60 points in the game or whatever, but Sanji's the one that's going to win it. So that's just...
I mean, well, hold up, though, because, like, I mean, Zoro did come in clutch in Thriller Bark, like, technically, so, like...
All right, fine, but, I mean, they would have never gotten out of Eni's lobby if Sanji didn't open the gates of justice.
True.
And
but,
he's also the one who gave Usopp the pep talk that saved Robin. He's they would all be dead in Alabasta if he did not save them. Like, that's Sanji's thing. Like, you remove him and people are dead.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about Zoro.
Yeah, but I mean,
Just want to say that.
and then of course, you know, anybody that follows the channel knows number 1 is Vivi. Love Vivi.
Me right there. His favorite.
Yep. Sitting on top of the sunny. And this is, I really do love Vivi because I love the Alabasta saga is my favorite. It's, you know, it's what opened the world to like this, this political nature. It was like when it was the moment I started to realize that the series was more than just, you know, a battle shonen or anything like that. Like, there was some meat to this. This was going to go places. This is a story that had something to say. And Vivi became Oda's vehicle for, you know, saying those things and for letting me know that he wanted to say those things. So it was like, I was upset when when Vivi didn't stick around, but I got it. But now, you know, it's like you see where the story's going, and it's like it's very easy to see how Vivi is going to be implemented and come back, and I'm excited and I'm waiting for that. But you know, Vivi is the person that taught Luffy how to be a captain. You know, how to start thinking about not just himself and think about everybody else. You look at the beginning of Drum. You know, Nami would be dead if it wasn't for Vivi.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, Vivi is the no smoke queen. Okay, so she would show up and everything was just on site with her. She saw Crocodile the first moment she saw him. She cut his head off. Now he's a Logia, he grew it back, but she went straight for the Juggy. And I appreciate that. I like that. So, you know, and I also really like her weapons. The Peacock Slashers is like a really unique sort of thing in the way that she would manipulate that, and she just fit very well with the crew, and I feel like something's been missing since she left. And Robin came in, and you know, and Robin's great, and you know, kind of took that slot for a bit, but something still has just been missing. And you know, Vivi is fully a member of the crew, even Oda acknowledges it, and she's coming back. Get ready.
Yeah, she's gonna be important.
Yep. All right, so super long video, but this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we just decided to do it because, you know, like, the baby's sleeping through the night, and you know, we figured we'd make this video, and it's some quiet time, so you know, it's exciting, and I always just get so excited, you know, talking with Randy about One Piece. Yeah. It's our favorite thing to do one of our favorite things to do is just talk about One Piece for forever. So yeah, so it's fun.
Yeah. So
yeah, I hope you're not too disappointed.
And we'll share this discussion with you guys.
Did you hear what I said?
What's that?
I hope you're not too disappointed with my number one, Randy.
I am not disappointed, all right? Because obviously Zoro reminds you of me, so you're basically just telling me that I'm your number one, so I'm like, all right.
It's true.
All right. I can get by that. All right, everybody.
All right.
I'll see you later. See you soon.
Bye.
So I said I was going to get to Soge King, and I never did, huh? Soge King I would put after Robin, but before Frankie, so just before the top 3.
Savage.